Okay, so here is a basic function application just to get comfortable with the notation and how it translates into an actual real-world sort of application problem. In this particular problem, our function is right here. T is the variable and s is the function, so s of t is this equation, and in this particular model the per capita consumption of soft drinks is modeled by this function. Okay, T is a variable and it represents the number of years since 1985. So for example, if T equals 0, the year is 1985, right? If T is 1, the year is 1 year later, so 1986. So rather than actually plugging in 1985 for T, T is going to be the number of years since 1985, and then we can go back and forth very easily. For example, if the year is 1997, well then T would have to be 12, because 1997 is 12 years after 1995. So now we have a relationship between what year it is and what value of T we have. So T is the number of years since 1985. So S of T is your function, or like your Y. Your Y, or S of T, is the per capita consumption of soft drinks. And I forgot to put in here in gallons. So Y, or S of T, is the number of gallons of soft drink consumption. Okay? So let's look at some examples. So if T equals 0, that means the year is 1985, and Y, or S of T, would be 1.6 times 0 plus 36, right? T is 0, so we plug in 0 for T. So 1.6 times 0 is 0, plus 36 is 36. So the year is 1985, so in 1985, the consumption of soft drinks is S of T, which is 36 gallons. Okay? So basically, if you know a value of T or a year, you can find S of T, or the number of gallons. If you know the number of gallons, you can plug that in and figure out the T and gives you a year. Let's try a couple more examples. So in the year 2000, how many gallons of soft drinks were consumed in the US? So this is a year, so that's going to give us a T value, right? In 2000, we are 15 years after 1985, so T is 15. So we know our T value. It's asking how many gallons, so what that means is we're trying to determine the value of S of T. So we plug in 15 for T, we leave S of T as it is, and we have 1.6 times 15 plus 36. So S of T equals 24 plus 36, which is 60. So that means S of T is gallons, don't forget, so 60 gallons of soft drinks were consumed in the year 2000. So here we knew we could figure out a T value, then we could determine S of T. In what year were 52 gallons of soft drinks consumed? So here we know S of T is 52, and it's asking in what year, so to determine that we need to know T. So now we're going to plug 52 into this function for S of T. So 52 equals 1.6 T plus 36, and now we'll solve this equation for T. This is a linear equation, so all we have to do is get T by itself. So let's subtract 36 from both sides, divide by 1.6, and we'll see that T is 10. Well, 10 is the number of years after 1985, So 10 years after 1985 is 1995. So in 1995, 52 gallons of soft drinks were consumed. Functions come down basically in applications and knowing what to plug in for which variable, and then you just solve for the other.